Hey, very good morning everybody. Welcome back to the show. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We're standing at the Polderbaan for arrivals. And looks a bit blue, doesn't it? The screen. Huh. Back out with the XA40 today. Maybe use the manual white balance 5600K. Is that better? Still looks a bit bluish, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's just leave it for now. Yeah, so back with the old camera, the one that I sent in for repairs in the beginning of the year. And yesterday, in the end, my XA60 now has been sent in for repair. Took me almost the entire day to figure it out, but looks like something is wrong with the USB port. Already accompanied here by Jendrosek.
Good morning. Bonjour.
Salut.
Guten Morgen.
Outbound traffic to the north. And we also have the moon. A bit higher, I think. There it is. Big picture wise, this is what it currently looks like. Looking to the south, looking to the west, looking to the east, looking to the north. Hardly any wind at all. Wind on the scale of chimney smoke currently looks like so. Ryanair up next, flight 420 arriving from Dublin, 737-800, 1 hour 5 minutes underway. 14-year-old airplane, first flight February 2010. Well, first time trying out the XA40 again after it got repaired. And at least the zoom functionality that was making a lot of noise back in January now has been fixed. And good morning to everybody who has joined already. Hope you're doing well. Nice sunny day here today. Arrivals on Polderbaan, hardly any wind, but wind is blowing from the south. Our next airplane is one of two Queens, perhaps? Or is it a 787-10 that is approaching? We have two Queens expected today. One is already flying over Purmerend, so I think in theory I should be able to see it. Somewhere in the distance. Huh? Yeah, next to the cloud. Well, there's hardly any clouds right now, so if there were a cloud, that would make the frame of reference easy. One of two 747s expected, the other one arriving from Choina, Suparna. Expected around noon. Also looking left of me, because there should be a 777-300 flying somewhere. Arrival from Johannesburg. It is a bit further out over the sea, so bit further to the west. Think I have it, actually. I think, well, hope I can find it. Hold on.
Goedemorgen.
Yeah, no. A few clouds over there. Was able to see it momentarily. KLM Flight 592, arriving from Johannesburg. The XA40 definitely has a less bright screen than my XA60. In the meantime, I do have the 747. Well, at least I did. Yeah, there it is. Cargolux, arriving from Nairobi. It is indeed going to be the first airplane of what looks like a triplet of heavies. Right, gear is extending. Cargolux operated by Cargolux Italia, Boeing 747-400 freighter. 8 hours and 12 minutes on the way from Nairobi, Kenya to Amsterdam. Let's go back to the top end of optical zoom. The LXWCV, which is 17 years old, first flight July 2007.
You're not using the top monitor?
Not using the top monitor, no. That would have been more easy today. Right, as the 747 is approaching. KLM Flight 644 is flying base. That's the 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from New York. Turkish A330 is looking like, yeah, no, I think that will be number 4 or 5 perhaps even. So we have an A330 from Turkish coming this way. 787-10 is turning in for the glide slope. Base to final. If it is going to be visible, it should approach from the left in the background. There it is. 777-300 behind it, also approaching from the left. And Turkish should be somewhere in the background, approaching from the right. Turkish A330. First up, Cargolux, arriving from Nairobi. Number 9 on flight radar, tracked by 160 people. Well, not busy on flight radar. Let's look and listen. there goes our hearing. Say what? What? Right, back to auto white balance. I think that is a bit warmer. That looks better. Russell in the foreground approves. A very good morning to everybody who's joined in the meantime. Hope you're doing well. And thank you, Peter, who says lovely camera work. Joop says good morning, and I want to thank you for this episode, for this broadcast. Well, we only just began. Wait with thanking us later, until later, Joop. This is just 5 minutes in. Morning one and all. We're filming with the old camera again. The XA60 turned out to have an issue probably with the USB port. Initially I thought it was the power supply, that is the charging cable and the power brick that converts AC to DC, but testing it in the store where I went to initially, it turned out it was functioning normally, but we could also measure the electricity. The voltage was right, but the amps were too low, even with a new charger straight out of the box. So that indicated an issue, 0.6 amps versus 3 amps that it should be putting through. KLM 78710, returning home from New York. How about me, what, JD? Morning, Carbike Paradise. Morning, Patrick. Good morning to Austrian Wolf, Infinity, and Maria. The next airplane to arrive, Chub 7300 arriving from Johannesburg, KLM 3592. 10 hours 18 minutes on the way, the PHB VC, 15 years old, first flight May 2009. The airplane behind it, Turkish, flight 1951, arriving from Istanbul, A330-300. And after that, A737-800 arriving from Paris, Paris. Ah, okay. How I am doing? Well, okay-ish, I guess. Okay-ish, I guess, yeah. Looks like a bit more high clouds further to the south. And some friendly clouds have started forming. It was cavalcade before. These are clouds that are lower than 5,000 feet, so it's no more cavalcade at the moment. Turkish flight 1951. Coming in from Turkey, from Istanbul. A330-300, 3 hours and 11 minutes underway. That is par for the course. 9-year-old airplane, first flight October 2014. Banking left and right a little. Interesting. Yeah.
Greeting us.
Either greeting us or there's more wind than meets the eye. Well, thing is, wind never meets the eye. It is unless it is in the form of a tornado. In which case I don't want it to meet the eye. Nah, Turkish isn't going to let her rip. Captain let down. Wah, wah, wah. Oh dear, yeah, they're coming. Kmart. So now Kmart's coming with coffee and cookies. A bit late. And they're on the wrong side of the canal as well.
They had to come all the way from Nijmegen.
Yeah, all the way from Nijmegen, that's right. Yeah. That is it. Man, my XA40 screen is so much bluer. It looks like the white balance is off, but yeah. I now have it back on auto white balance because I think it looked better than putting it on a manual setting.
You have to calibrate yourself.
I have to calibrate myself, yeah. Also far less bright. No, well, as long as it's not windy, I will just take the monitor with me then.
It's difficult to get a good color profile in this condition.
True.
It looks, because it's open, but there is no cloud. You don't get any thing to.
No, but that's why I always try to calibrate while having also something on like grassland on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need a subject. That's true.
Right, little 737 arriving from Paris. Or was it London? Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, Paris. Paris after all. Yeah, you're right, JD, suspicion of port issue. So when attaching a phone to the Canon charger and also the charger that came out of the box in the cable store where I first went to, they both provided 9 volts and 3 amps. So the issue that basically could lead us to the conclusion that the issue was not in the charging cable or in the power brick or anything, but probably in the camera itself. We also tried taking out the battery and see what the measurements would give then, but whether the battery was in the camera or not, you would in both cases you would get 9 volts and 0.6 amps versus 3 amps. So something in the camera wrong. Fijne dag nog. Hey, dankjewel, tot de volgende keer. Doei doei.
Cannot be a grounding issue because you don't use grounding with
no.
the camera. So.
Not in the cables or anything.
No.
Well, unless no, don't think you can ground it in the power supply,
yeah,
but not
it's virtually grounded.
Virtual ground.
There's no cable from the.
No, nothing is going to the actual ground. No, true.
I have the same issue with my radio. I need to ground it to something solid.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get a lot of background noise.
Static.
It sucks.
Hearing things you don't want to hear on the radio.
Yeah, mostly noise and machines producing noise.
Right. Narrowbodies up next. A319 EasyJet arriving from London Gatwick. Embraer 190 arriving from Prague. behind it.
Well, it's actually weird that in let's say 80s, 90s, 2010s, 40 years of mobile equipment, there is still no good standard that keeps connectors from dying and ports from getting loose, and you always have to struggle with it.
Slow evolution.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, there are moving parts.
Well, the reason why is that it's a business model. The guy in the store told me that if it is a port, then it's probably outside of the scope of the warranty, which means I have to pay out of pocket for the repair. Ka-ching! There you go. Which is insane, because the stupid machine is just half a year old, not even.
So you need a true camera instead of a true phone.
Finnair A350 fan, Dallas, Australia, celebrating 8 months of membership, and he says, wow, 8 months of friendship and watching you. Thank you so much for your continued support, mate. Hope you still like it in the lounge. 8 months. Thank you so much for your continued support. Yellow pickup truck in the bottom left corner, watching over us. In the meantime, EasyJet A319 arriving from London Gatwick. 40 minutes underway. 17 years old, first flight March 2007. Well, if you just joined us, welcome to the show. We already saw one Boeing 747 land, and we expect another one, Suparna, around noon. And I saw that the A380, before going out, was expected before 1 o'clock. I'm not going to dare to call it, because yesterday I heard, even though it was constantly expected to arrive before 1 o'clock, it still landed on runway 27, those bastards.
Yeah, and the one you wanted to film, I think, a couple of days ago when it was taking off, it did not take off from the polderbaan. I was watching Joe, I think, and then I saw it from another runway.
Okay.
I think it was center, or I don't know.
But... Okay. Yeah, so why even bother to go out here?
Yeah.
It's only Embraers.
It's not 11 o'clock yet, is it? No, it's not narrow body hour.
Well, it's always narrow body hour over here. Here, case in point. Case in point. Captain really seems to have gone with retirement. Yeah, well, that's a very extended holiday. Yeah. If I were a pilot, I would have been with retirement also already. Buying a third house in Africa after having a second house somewhere in the Mediterranean. Right, and one of the busiest airports in the world, and again we have to wait for traffic to come in. It's almost as if we're filming departures with 10-minute stints of nothing.
It looks like regional airport.
Regional airport, yeah.
Yes,
We have to paint it on the cycling path. Yeah. Welcome to Lelystad.
Welcome to Lelystad, indeed. That's when you go to Texel, you start to look for the strip where they take off for the parachute jumps. And suddenly, like, okay, I hear planes, but where? Is it? And okay, it's you have a small field, and that's the airport. That's funny. Right,
somewhere in the distance. somewhere in the distance.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Croatia Airlines flight 450 turning in. Okay, well, not seeing anything. I was hoping we just zooming in and hopefully we would see it. Sadly not.
It's easier when there are some clouds, but not too much. And
Yeah,
not
or
too
if they already have their landing lights on.
yeah, that's
usually the giveaway.
No,
I think I do see something now.
I think I saw a pussycat.
I think I saw a pussycat. I thought a pussycat. I did saw a pussycat. Tweety, right?
Yeah, Tweety, yes, Sylvester.
Sylvester and Tweety. Come on. Right, searching for airplanes in the distance. A lot more difficult with the old camera.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I could also see it, but
Right.
finding it on camera is a bit more challenging.
It's blinking at us.
Man, this is working really shit. Alright, a bit further to the left.
And then imagine Joe filming all these hours with his phone.
Yeah, let's not talk about that copycat, okay?
Yeah.
Right, we've got it. Croatia Airlines flight 450. A319, arriving from Zagreb.
Number 2.
The BA A320 behind it, arriving from London Heathrow. Just about visible. And Yellert says that the first of the 2 bananas is expected in about 20 minutes from now. That is cool. Paul also back in the chat. Morning, mate. Hope all is well. Okay, see the first CRJ also over Marker Meer coming this way, arriving from Munich. And flying in between The Hague and Leiden, we have another 777-300 also arriving from South Africa. And Eddie has a busy schedule. Return clothing, get my physique in shape by swimming. That's an excellent way to stay in shape, mate. Also very low taxing on the joints if you have any joint issues. So, Croatia Airlines, flight 450, arriving from Zagreb, 1 hour 41 minutes on the way. Little Croatian butt shot. Very good morning to all who have joined in the meantime. You missed the arrival of 1747 already if you just tuned in, but we are expecting another one around noon. No more cavalcade because we have a few friendly clouds at 2000 feet. We have a little bit of wind, 104, 3 knots. Blowing from the south, headwind for the airplanes that are landing from north to south. The temperature is 20 degrees C, that is roughly 70 F. Let's return the camera. I will paste the meter that I just now copied into the ticker for you guys. But it is summery weather with not a lot going on. Exactly the way we like it. Shorts and t-shirt. And a bit of sunscreen is all we need. And of course, chilled vodka. BA flight 430. Arriving from London Heathrow. How is there an ant? Is that a spider? No, I think it's a itty bitty spider. Little itty bitty spider on the camera screen. Right, and as BA comes in, KLM goes out. The KLM 100 years 787-10 Dreamliner. And let me also filter outbound. Both inbound, outbound. Destination LAX, KLM flight 601. Wolfgang asks about high flying traffic. I have yet to see the first contrail. Blue sky, friendly clouds, the moon. That's it. I think it will be a hard time finding airplanes flying overhead. And a very good morning to all the viewers who have joined in the meantime. Welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy, filming with the old XA40 once again. Probably a USB port issue, and if that isn't bad enough, the guy in the store where I bought the camera from and where I went over to hand it over so that they could send it in to Canon said port issues usually are out of the scope of warranties. So not sure if I can still recommend Canon XA40 and 60 cameras to those of you who are looking for a camera, because one I had to return for repairs after a year, and the second one after even less, half a year or so. The Crow Crew is back. Russell Crowe making sure that Sheryl Crow is looking tidy. There it is. Air France. Oui, oui. Baguette Air. Yeah, well, it was said that the train traffic is going to resume somewhat normally again after the weekend, or maybe even tomorrow already. So apparently they were quick to sort it. There it is. Right.
That's why I excluded France from my holiday plan. Like, no, I'm not even going to try this.
Exactly.
No. I have a friend in Tours, and the only way of getting there is via, of course, Paris. So
or the Hyperloop. once that hard, I think that will be a bit more difficult to sabotage Hyperloops.
Oh no, you just make sure the vacuum is gone. So.
You need more AMS Live vodka. You're too sharp.
Much too much.
How much hours of sleep have you had? More than 6? That's too much.
That's too much.
Didn't pull through all night like you did in the old days.
No, I stopped doing that. I think 7 years ago.
7 years?
Last time been working actually at night,
Oh yeah.
having night shifts, so
Yeah.
no more partying or programming for 3 days or things like that. Became a normal guy.
A normal boring old fart. Well, as it turns out, more than 50% of AMS Live viewers is 55 plus, so
Hey,
old farts is exactly my target audience.
yes, I'm your test user.
Test user, exactly. Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. Paul says I would push back on the USB fault thing being out of warranty. Well, first of all, let's just find out what their findings will be, if it is the port or maybe it is something more internal. And second of all, whether or not I'm going to get a phone call that they're saying you're gonna have to pay for it, or if they say it's done, we're sending it back to you. First, with the XA40 that I'm now back using again, when I sent it in, they basically replaced the entire lens system and no issues. It was back in 3 weeks with a report.
Yeah, probably it goes to Poland or Lithuania. Or
I think it stayed in the Netherlands, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
For Nikon, they sent it to Poland, I think.
Okay. Nihon, Japan. This is not Japanese, this is, well, German, at least. The operator, Lufthansa CRJ, just landed, flight 2302. Coming to Amsterdam from Munich. Efferweizern. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called the reverser. That's the reverser being used. Will butt shut the boot. Now I do hear something passing overhead, but no contrail, as I expected. Yeah, Paul, I think you're right, but if if the factory then says, well, listen, if you don't want to pay for it, we're just going to send it back and you will have to pay the handling costs and you still have a defective camera, then what? I'm not sure if pushing back will lead to any results, but we'll see. First, let's just see.
It's within half a year now that it films.
Yeah.
Which is.
But I bought it because the XA40 was defective and had to be returned for repair after a year of use.
Yeah.
It was making that fufuzela sound. If you go back to the first streams of this calendar year, you will hear. It was funny. It sounded funny though, but it was annoying. Right. Quickly pan back for our next 777-300 to arrive. KLM flight 598 arriving from Cape Town, South Africa. 10 hours 56 minutes, 57 minutes underway. De PHBVO, biertje voor onderweg. De beer for underway. 9-year-old airplane. First flight March 2015. Also distracted a little by the airplane that is passing left of us overhead. Next up it will be KLM Malta. Arriving from, let's see, MLA Milan? Yeah, MLA, that's Milan Airport, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. You'd never guess, Malta.
Okay.
Really?
Nah.
KLM Malta?
Really?
Really?
Why?
That's exceptional.
Yeah. So, then the old guys on board, they are Maltesers.
They are Maltesers, yeah, and if they have a falcon with them, it's a Maltese falcon.
Hey.
Oh! More vodka, damn it. Hey Lieve, morgen. Ah, DJ Digital Media is putting up a nice little challenge there. Who is the oldest viewer? DJ Digital Media is 67. Who can top that? And who dares to come out honestly for their age? Let's see how old Fart TV is. KLM Malta, arriving from Malta, A320 Neo. 2 hours 48 minutes of flight time. 6 years old. Ah, Kmar. Kmar is coming with the coffee and the cookies all the way from Nijmegen.
You're still on a car chase. Trying to get the other guy.
It's a car chase. Cue the Benny Hill music. Ah, another airplane banking a little bit. As if there is more wind at, what is it, 100 meters or so?
Yeah, it looks like it. If you look at
the chimney
chimneys,
smoke.
They are a bit flat, but here down at service level.
On ground level it is nearly wind still.
It's not a lot of wind.
Nearly wind still. Right, Adrian is 91. Why am I not buying that? Has Adrian Hedonist ever said something seriously? Hmm. Lufty. We're from Frankfurt. Frankfurter Wurst. Oh, vegetarian Frankfurter Wurst. Oh. Hot dogs. Well, we'll see, Wolfgang. Let's just see. I mean, you know what it is like with store clerks. They're always saying stuff that doesn't always necessarily have to be true. Not always, depending on which store you go to. I'm not always under the impression that I'm being helped by somebody who knows more about the subject than I do.
Sometimes it's just like a rhetoric answer you get, you know, and because they don't want to try themselves, or they just want to put any time in that, rather something.
Yeah, but sometimes they're just really junior.
Exactly. Perhaps you can track down the number of the Canon repair center and just ask them.
I'll just wait. They'll send it in, and either they'll send it back fixed, or they'll contact me and tell me that I need to pay for it. So either way, I'll hear from them. I am curious though how long it's going to take, since when I brought in my XA40 in the beginning of the year, and they initially, obviously they warned you that the duration could be long, and then that you had to expect it was going to be away for 6 weeks. Had it back in 3 weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're running into the holiday period.
True. Yeah, true.
Ideal.
True. We'll see. Well, I do know now that If it is not too windy, I will have to bring my monitor along because this screen is definitely inferior. Much less bright. It's hard to look at. Here, give it a go. You really have to put your face in front of it to block the reflection, but the brightness is much lower than with the new camera.
It's hard work.
Hard work. Well, I'm standing here.
Now compared to the other one.
Yeah, no, okay, true. Well, it's more difficult to look for things that are further away.
Exactly.
Glide-slope shots is a bit difficult to do. Josephine, we're talking physical age, not calendar age, not mental age. What it says in your passport. Daarom. Why? Daarom. Marianne is 48 years young. Epic Air is 47. Well, and I am 41 for 2.5 more weeks or so, I think. It's the 27th. Right, so 2.5 weeks or so. JD is an X3A, quote unquote.
X3A?
Yeah, where that's
Elon Musk standard.
Elon Musk gibberish, yeah. I thought it was, it could also be German. German is a fake language. That's what we've learned from the introduction video for Donald Trump.
Okay.
We speak Dutch, the best language, and we have all the best words. You know that video from Zondag met Lubach?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Dude. We made an introduction video back in 2016 for Donald Trump when it was America first and the Netherlands second.
Oh yes, yeah.
You remember that one? It began with, we speak Dutch, it is the best language, we have all the best words. All the other languages failed. German is not even a real language, it's fake, it's a fake language. It started an entire series of copycat behavior where it was America first and then country something something second. Lisa also back in the chat says, dude, I seem to be the only baby here, only 27. Yeah, get away, get out of here. You're
Lorenzo is 11.
Yeah, Lorenzo, yeah.
I think that's
Lorenzo is too young.
yeah.
This channel is for adults only.
Perhaps the youngest viewer.
One of the youngest, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There were some other kids, I think 8 or 9 years, who
Yeah,
were watching on their phone and talking to the dad. Hey, here's the guy.
I'm not sure how old Jimmy Pirate is. He's also, I think, around the same age. More E2 Embraers. This one arriving from Edinburgh. No, Geneva. Embraer 190 arriving from Geneva. No Captain Wheelie. Let's have a look in the cockpit. Banana time.
Yes.
31 years old. This airplane is older than Lisa. First flight December 1992. The Deal. The D-A-E-A-L.
What does it stand for? DHL.
DHL? Deutsche Herzliche Luft.
Because they have a lot with Hansa trading.
Hansa, that's really back in the day. Deutsche... Keine Ahnung. Arriving from Madrid, 1 hour and 52 minutes on the way. 31 years old. Frank says Deutsche Hansa-Linie. Who knows? Jackie also back. How was nice? Was it Nice? Dave 8010 says DHL duurt heel lang. Takes a long time in Dutch. Hallo Jinshin. Fanblade says Dalsy Hilblom Lin. Really? You're consulting Google? Cool. Or ChatGPT. Let's see what have a look what ChatGPT says. Okay, yeah. Cool.
I was thinking that it would be Deutsche Hansa-Linie or something really
I think Deutsche Hansa-Linie sounds better.
Yeah,
We'll call it Deutsche Hansa-Linie. Wunderbar, wir machen das. Wir schaffen das. Let's give it another go. Overhead traffic. Embraer. Jendrosik also on the vodka, disguised as Fontaine. Saskia sparkling water or still water?
Still, it doesn't talk. So.
Still water, it doesn't talk back. Yeah. See that the real deal has also returned. Good to see you again, Sarah, and celebrating 8 months of membership already. Good morning from Boston. 8 months, wow, Sarah says. 8 months indeed. Hope you're still good in the lounge. If something isn't to your liking, do let me know, Sarah. And even if you decided not to stay on as a member, hopefully you will stay on as a frequent visitor for many more months to come. Adrian, Dalsey, Larry Hillblom and Robert Lin. Huh. Not exactly German sounding names, are they?
Sounds more like a jazz trio.
Jazz trio, yeah. The DHL jazz trio.
Yeah. The pilots flying with jazz hands.
And Brad 175, having returned from Copenhagen. It's where Dutch people go to buy stuff. Kopen, buy. Exactly.
They buy gardening stuff.
Sorry?
They go there to buy gardening stuff.
Gardening stuff?
Copenhagen.
Oh yeah. Hagen, the plural for bushes. Yeah, that's where we go to buy gardening stuff.
You know where all the Toulouse people go?
Where the Toulouse people go?
They go to Winnipeg.
Winnipeg! Oh snap! That is a good one. The losers from Toulouse go to Winnipeg to win it all back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They stop in Las Vegas.
Are you sure you don't have any stimulants in your water? Razor sharp there. Lisa asks, is that JD with you over there? Nope.
Nope.
Just Jendrosek.
Hello.
Now JD is back in Düsseldorf. He is only in the chat at the moment. Mark says, oh my god, no more vodka for you two. How dare you deprive us from our vodka? That's life juice.
Even before 12, so...
It's, yeah, it's still early.
Yeah.
Way too early to call it a day already. Well, more people having bought gardening stuff in Copenhagen. This is EasyJet A319, also returned from Copenhagen. Greetings to Jendrosek from Paul. And greetings back, Paul. Keep hearing overhead airplanes passing by, but not a single contrail to be seen. Big picture wise, the friendly clouds are multiplying a little bit. Looking to the east, looking to the south, looking to the west, looking to the north. Point the camera up. You can definitely hear something. Just no contrail that you can hone in on. There it is, another E2 Embraer arriving from Zurich. Is that where we go to hide our illegally obtained funds? Okay, that looks promising. Looks promising. No, no. The start of the wheelie was good, and then the nose wheel came down. It was looking good initially.
Still in training. Getting there.
Training, yeah. Training day. But training season's over. Right, another banana coming in. Let's take a quick sip of vodka to celebrate. Arrival from London, Luton. Are you gluten intolerant, or can you handle this landing? Or will your stomach get upset?
I can handle it.
Some people are gluten intolerant.
Yeah,
yeah. They get diarrhea.
I can understand. At least when I was at Luton, I was like, okay, where are we? Is this regional airport or what is this? Is this the bus terminal?
It's London, Luton. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
But it feels like you're stranded at the bus terminal and actually there's a plane there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was waiting for my boarding card, but I didn't get any. It's just
a handwritten one, or?
No, not even.
Okay.
You just get a plastic card that sorts of says that okay, you are allowed to walk over the platform, but it doesn't seat you or anything. No.
You're allowed to walk over the platform over there.
Yeah.
That's more than in Innsbruck. In Innsbruck, they will drop a bus next to your airplane and have it drive you 100 meters to the entrance of the terminal building. Just so you don't risk standing on the platform area.
Yeah.
Hey, this one has had a nose job. Or a party and forgot to wipe his nose. It's not returning from Colombia or anything. if they just take the effort to draw some strings, it would be a copy, a bad copy of the Not Without My Mask 747 from Cargolux. Yeah, no. If you're gluten intolerant, you can get diarrhea. Now, luckily, if you are ever stranded and you have a bad case of diarrhea, there's a nice video that instructs you what to do with it. Let me see if I can find it. Now, if you ever find yourself
chase is still ongoing.
That's what you need to do. Now, nice combo of beautiful azzurro first and then lovely red after that. ITA Airways flight 120, arriving from Milano.
That's the registration.
Yeah.
EIHOE.
There's also the EIEIA.
Yeah,
Old MacDonald had a farm. EIEIA. And an Airbus here and an Airbus there. Here a plane, there a plane, everywhere a plane.
Could be the theme song for Planes 3 if they ever make it.
Okay, so Jens also said that Google says that the corporation is named after the American entrepreneurs and founders DHL. So yeah. Here we were thinking it was German, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It isn't. Paul says, oh, that video. Yeah, that video.
Is it playtime?
Now it is playtime. Absolutely, mate. Flight 460, A321neo.
On my calendar.
I like it that the chat is nice and red. Playtime indeed. Let's quickly turn back the camera. Our next airplane is arriving from the United States, from Dallas, Texas. It is an American airplane made by Boeing, which is an American company, and they are not too subtle in letting you know. It says so prominently on the tin. Flight 220, arriving from Dallas, 8 hours 42 minutes underway. And it's a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, 3 years old, first flight July 2020. Okay, so DHL now is owned by Deutsche Post, right? So it is German now, but the founders were American.
So finally, in the end, we are right. Yes.
So now we should rename it
Deutsche Hansa-Linie.
Deutsche Hansa-Linie. Fabelhaft. American. In case you didn't know. What's that I'm hearing? Obviously something passing overhead. But where? I think it sounds like it is coming from over there.
There it is.
Oh yeah. No. Is that something I can still show you? Nah. Hey, contrail. What the fudge? What the fudge? Twin jet, right in the zenith. First has to wade through some clouds, or at least fly past them. Canadian? Air Canada? Or is it Delta? I'm not able to read any letters. So I'm thinking Air Canada.
Looks like it has a blue belly.
A blue bottom end. Air Canada up there and Air Canada down here on 18R now.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, Air Canada is coming.
Toronto.
Toronto. Oh, we have an airplane coming in from Montreal up next. Over here. On paper. Well, not on paper, in the sky, but... Sounds like another airplane is passing overhead. Apparently that one isn't forming a contrail. I was wondering what altitude was the Air Canada flying on, because that's apparently a height that it produces contrails on, so anything higher than that will probably do the same.
It was 36,000 feet.
46?
36.
36.
10 kilometers.
46 would have been BizJet height.
Yeah.
Right, let's take another sip of vodka. Got 1.5 liters of vodka that I need to work myself through.
All those potatoes.
Now where was that airplane? I did see it.
It's lined up. Landing. Final.
There it is. Flying AMS Live logo. Air Canada Flight 900, arriving from Montreal. 5 hours and 56 minutes on the way. Less than 6 hours to get from Montreal here.
Oh, that's short.
Must have had a lot of tailwind then.
Yeah, I think
Well, a
so.
little bit.
Yeah.
It's usually a bit more than 6 hours.
Yes.
10 years old, first flight July 2014. So the airplane celebrating its 10th birthday this month. Filled with buddies, friends and guys. Keep hearing airplanes passing overhead,
Yeah,
but
it's somewhere there, but it's
that one contrail was the exception to the rule.
Yep. Yeah, maybe there's more humidity in the higher layers.
Could be.
Yeah. Can be many layers in the air you don't see.
Many layers in the air,
Yeah.
waving around like they just don't
with
care.
Radio stuff, you sometimes get ducting in the air, so
Yeah.
you reach distances that look ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's because of the condition in the atmosphere.
Then you have a separate layer that is insulated between two, and the wave bounces in that layer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like sort of like light in an optical fiber.
Yeah.
Stuck in the fiber.
Yes, more or less. It's sort of reflection.
Yeah.
And then it also works with sun, and the cycle of the sun also is affecting that a bit.
Cycle of the sun.
Yeah.
The amount of particles that are in the atmosphere.
Exactly, the solar flux.
Cool. So you also have to know astronomy then, if you're. It is time to turn around and focus our attention on Iberia Express flight 3722. Interestingly, another dichotomy in the sky, more blue to the north, more clouds to the south. Now, if I recall correctly, the weather forecast for the southeasternmost province of the Netherlands, Limburg, was also more clouds and the possibility of a few rain droplets.
Okay.
That was also the KMR.
Yeah.
We waved because we thought, yeah, this is where you need to deliver the coffee and the cookies.
Yeah, I was waving them.
We were expecting coffee, and they just drove by.
I think they forgot the cookies.
Oh,
That's
said it.
probably
They're going back for cookies.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe space cake if we are lucky.
Space cake. Ooh, it's been ages since I last had that. Back in middle school, I used to grow the plants.
Okay.
Yeah. Then with the harvest, I didn't know what I was so much, so sold some to friends, and then I still had buds lying around. So part of it I made into cupcakes with the shredded buds itself. And from the cutting waste, I also made butter, and then a normal cake. So with no green bits in it, just the taste. Potent stuff.
Yeah, I like it, although with the butter somehow the taste still can be a bit harsh on the throat.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I cannot explain it, but
You need to chew and just swallow it quickly.
No, it's just aftertaste.
Aftertaste. Okay.
It's a bit feels a bit.
Vodka. You can use vodka
With
to cleanse your. You can cleanse your palate.
Exactly.
Let's see. We have BA coming in. Not BA Barracudas, but British Airways. It's an A320 arriving from London Heathrow. 40 minutes of flight time. 22 years old. First flight March 2002. Yeah. Sun hiding behind a cloud for the first time. Little butt shot, BA butt shot. And we have a lipstick Norwegian passing by. Grumpy face. Grumpy face, yay or nay? Let's see.
Yes.
There is somebody depicted. Is that Felix? I think it is Felix. I think Felix was coming to town, and I think he's skipping town now. Not sure though why Norwegian would have the founder of the Sinaloa cartel on their
You know where they got their funding, right?
Oh, that's where they get their funding from, right?
They almost went bankrupt during the Corona. At some point they were only flying Norwegian officials.
Okay.
It was about to die. So they got really anxious.
They had to get creative with getting their funding.
Yep, yeah, it was one of our customers, and they were asking us to shut down some services because money.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they started to restrict flights, and at some point they were not flying internationally anymore, just doing the internal in-country flights for
round trips.
officials. Not just to keep the airplanes going in
Yeah.
the air, because otherwise they would be grounded.
Here they grounded everything, of course, for the majority.
Yeah. Still have pics from Transavia with the engine covers on it being parked at.
Lily says, "Thanks, boy, for talking about diarrhea." Well, I mean, if you're gluten intolerant, then and your stomach gets upset whenever an airplane is arriving from Luton, which happens on a regular basis here in Amsterdam, you need to know what you need to do when you have a bad case of diarrhea. So I thought let's just share the video so that everybody knows how to get help when you have a bad case of diarrhea. You have to do the dance with it, otherwise...
The belly dance.
Oh, check out the video, check it out.
Well, later.
Check it out.
Yes.
Right, Boston represent. JetBlue 5631. Oh, tippy-toey. Little tippy-toey. A321neo. What is up, Lee? It is a lovely looking summery day over here. The exception to the rule. No, it is set to become better in the upcoming weekend and the next week too. I think temperatures in the mid-20s, so 70 to 80 F, in the 80s F even, if we're going up above 25C. Now the question always over here is, how long will it last?
Usually 3-4 days max.
3-4 days.
Thunderstorm,
Yeah.
and then it rains again,
Yeah.
and then the cycle.
The
starts.
cycle
If
starts
you are
again.
lucky.
Yeah.
Well, last year we had months of weather like this,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Now it's only a couple of days in between. Of
Yeah, this year has been an outlier year.
Yeah.
Didn't I show you the graph?
Yeah.
About the accumulated rainfall since last October until May or something, twice as much.
Yeah.
And consistently throughout the entire period, not just in 1 month or something, just in all months consistently, like on average twice the amount of precipitation that we've had over the last century or so. Another Embraer arriving from Norwich, Embraer 175, no Captain Wheelie sadly. Now, if you just joined us, welcome to the show. You already missed 1747, but we are due to get another one around noon. Suparna, the outbound plane. Let's see. Star Alliance. I don't make that out. No, it's just Delta in the standard livery. You need a bigger lens. you need a telescope.
You need younger eyes.
Younger eyes and more focal length.
Yep. Yeah, but then I need a tripod, and then I cannot get the overview pictures, and I like.
I'm
those.
hearing excuses.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
hearing
Oh,
excuses.
I've been looking at the lens many times, and then each time I realized, yeah, but it's not getting me what I want, or it's just getting me closer.
Yeah.
But that's the only shot I'm getting from buying that lens.
Yeah.
And then I need 2 cameras because I still want to do the 7-300. So
Well, you have enough space in your house, right?
oh, yes. The space is not the problem.
Just stash more stuff.
It starts with 700 euros, and then you
Well, as we say in Dutch, geld moet rollen. Money has to roll. Gotta spend it. You have to stimulate the economy. It's very selfish of you if you just save money and don't spend any of it and let the spending over to us.
spending 1,500 euros.
It's your loss. It's your
That's even second hand. That's not even new.
And you also have to have a tripod.
I do have.
Oh, you already have a tripod.
Yeah, monopods.
Monopods, okay.
I have a lot of photo stuff.
You're not in the habit of losing them. Spoke with Sander the
Yeah.
other day. He lost his monopod.
Oh yeah, that is too bad. I have 3, so if
You have
need
3
tripod-
monopods, so you can make a tripod out of 3 monopods.
Yes.
Transformers.
And one I mostly took on holidays, not just because I needed to photograph, but just to chase off people that wanted to hand down my camera. So it worked well.
It's a good weapon as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Multifunctional equipment.
It's a 2-meter Plutedoder, so because you just throw it out and then
We have an airplane on short final. Approaching with the gear down already. Yeah, it's a bit too much in the digital zoom department. Embraer 190 arriving from London City, KLM flight 982. Oh.
What happened to all the wildlife? There's no ducks, no fish. No...
Yellard says that there's also an Atlas Air 747 departing from Kaagbaan to Seoul.
That's already there.
Adi Roodhog, goedemorgen, good morning. Is it morning still? Yeah, it is still morning.
Yeah, it's to the clouds already.
Okay. But also taking an eastern departure and not a northern.
Yep.
Finnair always makes a right hand turn and comes this way.
Yep.
Hate it when they do that. Sarah says Delta has the dark blue undercarriage. Yeah. But so too does Air Canada, and Delta has the name Delta written on the lower part of the fuselage, and Air Canada doesn't. And let's see what is coming in next. Ah, the PHBVD is coming. Sky Team 777 arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao. Ronald says, is this a normal way to fly in? Well, it happens, but it's not standard. Normally they take a bit longer, but if the airplane is already low enough and if everything is prepared, they can just turn in and do a landing. It's something that you see fighter airplanes do very frequently. So it's not mandatory, but it's usually enough time for the pilots to go through the checklists and whatnot. If they don't need that, if they already did that, then they can also be okay with a shorter route like you saw just now. So they aren't given such a short approach standard. ATC will check if the pilots are ready for it, because if they need more time to prepare, go through checklists and whatnot, they usually get vectors for a more elaborate route towards the runway. Here you can see that the PHBVD is also approaching relatively close by, with the gear already down, already at a lower altitude.
It might also be because of the cloud system you see up ahead.
I think that is way further. I think that's further away than you think. Those clouds in the background, but those do look like towering cumulus clouds, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like Spijkerbor, or maybe further at least.
Karma for Rick Meester. He did a rain dance the other day, so that we got wet. I think you and I sneakily did a rain dance for the northern province of Friesland.
Yeah. The wind is also getting less. You see the chimneys are going straight up.
Yeah.
And the windmills are slowing down a bit.
Interesting. The whole world comes to a stop. Why would that be? Are we in a black hole then? Is that maybe? Could that be it?
The eye of the storm. I don't know.
That makes me the god of hellfire.
And I bring you
Vodka. Amos Life vodka. Chilled. Right, so here we have the PHBVD, the SkyTeam 777-300ER, flying today as KLM Flight 736. It is returning from Willemstad, Curaçao, the sea in the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curaçao Islands, part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, lying off the coast of Venezuela in the Caribbean Sea. The flight time for this flight is thus far 8 hours and 27 minutes. The airplane itself began flying back in August of the year 2009, making it 14 years old. Almost 15.
ABC Islands. Is that alcohol, beer and coke? Or?
Alcohol, beer and coke, the ABC Islands. Yeah, that's exactly what you can get over there in abundance. One triple comes, one triple goes. Big picture wise, looking to the south, this is what it currently looks like. Southeast. The east. Northeast. North. Northwest still looks best, and west as well. Southwest, more clouds. So the coastal regions once again having the most sunshine today. No rain expected in this part of the country today. Ah, Frank has a better explanation for the ABC Islands. A bloody cash problem.
Yes, it is.
Now on paper, there's an Embraer 175 over there somewhere.
Yep. Next to the cloud.
Next to the cloud.
Behind the pole.
Behind the pole.
Yep.
Still not seeing it. Oh yeah, now I do.
It's over Russell or...
Yeah, indeed. Did have it visually. There it is. I was looking further to the right. Flight radar led me to believe it was already further to the east. It's always difficult to see where airplanes are in real life based on what you see on flight radar.
Sometimes the delay is bigger than other days.
Yeah,
Somehow.
yeah, and we've also seen that the A380, according to flight radar, landed in Haarlem, really far to the west. So.
Or that it was showing the wrong pictures, but it's okay.
Yeah. So flight radar apparently has evolved into being a human,
Yeah, I think
making mistakes, having flaws.
Yeah. It's a bit like Wikipedia. It's often right, but sometimes horribly not.
Mrs. Professor is signing off, going to bed. Mrs. Professor, thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your, well, sleep tight, I should say. I was about to say enjoy the rest of your day, but it's nighttime already. Hope to see you in the next one. Morning, Adri. Right. So in 40 or so minutes, if all is well, Suparna is coming to town. Let's have a quick look. Well, maybe even less than that. It is already in Germany, expected. Well, no, it's still 50 minutes still. Really? 10 minutes past 12. Suriname is sending an all-white A330-200 from Malef Aero. That is already over the North Sea and will land a bit sooner. All white A330-200, boring AF, but hopefully it will get a little bit loud.
Yeah, but I didn't know it's from Malef Aero.
Yeah, they're doing this the switcheroo. Variation is the only constant at Suriname Airways. Apparently they still have plenty of cash. Indeed, yeah, they're in the powder export, of course. That's national. That's a national industry. Right. QJ also informing us that Jesus is on the way to Manchester and after that to Antalya. So Jesus will not be coming to the Netherlands today. Jesus Christ, what the... He isn't coming. Jesus. Now what do we do? Singapore Airlines, A350. Going to Singapore. Undoubtedly going to make a left-hand turn in a moment.
Yep.
Flying away from us and not towards us, sadly. Yep, turning in. Oh yeah, you're right, Lewis. Lewis says, watch your words, you only have one reserve camera. Well, I'm using the reserve camera as a matter of fact. If this one gets struck by a deity, then it's game over. No more AMS Live.
No.
Going to wrap it up. Yeah. Delete the channel in its entirety as if it never existed.
Chat over a Nokia 6810.
Well, I think my S24 Ultra will probably be able to stream, but...
Yeah, but it will heat up and drain your battery.
Yeah.
The problem is you can use it, but I think it's a challenge to film and charge it at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially if you're out here in the sun.
In the meantime, the crew is occupying no less than 3 lanterns over here, with Russell, the Einzelgänger, sitting on his own in the foreground, and then 2 duos. Hey, get out your camera. It's a very rare airplane that is coming in. It is an Embraer 190 by KLM. Oh, there's now 3.
Yeah.
Three's too many. And now there are 3 pairs. Interesting. And the 7th one is flying off. He got outed. This airplane is returning from Nice, which is Nice. Where all the Nice people go. Okay, so there is another trio. So we have a trio over there. And now we have a duo over here. Russell is the loud one. Russell is always loud. Now they're going. Now they're chasing away the others. I think that lantern is better. Occupied. That's now ours. You guys just go away. There was harmony for a moment, and now it's just Russell who is chasing away everybody. Sad story. Sad story. Right, time for another Embraer 175, KLM flight 1710. Lisa is relieved that finally we'll get to see Embraers. Yeah. It's what you all tune in for here, I know it. Embraer 175 arriving from Luxembourg. 41 minutes on the way. 6-year-old airplane, first flight January 2018. Now, we are able to see some contrail remnants. So relative humidity in the upper atmosphere seems to be increasing. I'm also seeing another contrail passing by south of us. Flying east to west. Is that Lufthansa? I think it might be. Sure looks like it. Are you also able to film the airplane or to take pictures of it, Jendrusek?
No, it's only a dot.
A dot.
Looking at what's happening at the gate. There's P1 and the cups. And
Oh, yeah, they're getting together. They're eating our cookies, probably.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. So we have the Schiphol authority. Respect their authority, otherwise they'll be hell to pay. That's Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser. Coppers and Schiphol authority. Huh?
Yeah.
Where?
At the back at the roundabouts, to the right, the trees and the lanterns, you can see there's a bus, the second cop car.
Oh yeah. More coppers. It's a bus. Well, as a matter of fact, as I was walking up here, well, first of all, at the crossing, as I went to the left to go to the parking lot, a cop was coming from, or a cop car was coming from the right. They followed me, did a round around the perimeter, and then went to the cycling path. And I was unloading my car, and all of a sudden I heard sirens. And first one cop car driving by with sirens on, then the second one came, so must have been an emergency or something.
I guess so.
Around 9:15 or so.
Okay, well, when I arrived, I didn't see anyone.
No, they already passed.
Just right after that, I think.
I think you were just a little later.
Yep. B1. 2 hands up.
2 hands up from the authority.
Stop on the bike lane. That's a rover.
Copper is coming.
Yeah.
Hide the stash.
Yep.
Yep. That's the Land Cruiser. Nice.
Spectators arrived.
Sorry?
A lot of spectators arrived.
Yeah.
Until half an hour ago, it was
Yeah.
relatively quiet. And I think the 2 gentlemen on the couch, they are Germans.
Oh, could be.
They were here yesterday also.
You know everybody already.
Oh, I just noticed. Because they were also sitting at the car park.
Ronstream says, hello day boy, the cops are after you, haha. They are indeed. Well, they know where to find me. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
There's Nijmegen Nieuwsnet when you need them.
Ducklings! Yeah. Here they are. 3. Mama duck and ducklings. So the guy not even giving a wave. Now, what's the ETA of the Emirates A380? It was before 1 o'clock all the time. What has it become? 1:01. Well, in that case, we know where it's going to go to. Runway 27. Runway 27.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Suriname A330 is approaching, and the Suparna is still over Germany, but also approaching Dutch airspace. Nice. Another difference. West, east. Yay!
West side is the
Man, west side is the best side. Booyakasha. Yay. Yay. Now, the upshot of the grass having been cut on the other side of the cycling path is that you can now see the Dutch weeds so much better. You can see we have an entire field over here filled with wheat. Famous Dutch wheat.
I think we need the Am's Live crop circle.
we do need an AMS Live crop circle, yeah. Why don't we go make that right now? The cops have passed, so we are in the clear now for several minutes.
I have a rope in my car and some pieces of wood.
Cool, yeah, we can do it. I think we can do it.
Six ducklings.
Now, also a massive big thank you to Sarah, who just now gifted 5 memberships. You really shouldn't have, but thank you so much, Sarah. Welcome to the Aurora Skyline's new members. Don't forget to say thank you to Sarah if you are one of the recipients of the gifted memberships. Be sure to spam us to death with the custom emojis that now are at your disposal for a month. Sarah, thank you so much. You really shouldn't have, but thank you. And welcome Aurora Skyline's members who got gifted their membership just now by Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah, and welcome. The ducklings also say welcome and thank you, but they are a little shy. Shit is still overgrown over here. So it's quite infuriating to see how they did mow the grass on the other side of the cycling path where nobody ever is spotting. And over here on this side, everything is still overgrowing. Even Schiphol mowed the lawn not too long ago on their end.
You know, might be, I'm not sure, but they did some maintenance here. And you remember in the spring?
Yeah.
So perhaps this is just to these have get more roots in the ground, make it more solid.
Okay. I think they just have to cut it here. Stop cutting the crap. Cut the grass. That's what I say, damn it.
Now they can say that they are a green airport because they promote wildlife.
Yada 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 yada.
Reduce footprints and well, whatever.
Right. That was our little appetizer. Now it's back to a main dish. Number 8 on flight radar. 172 people are tracking it. So it's still very quiet on flight radar as well today. Arriving from Vancouver, Canada. KLM flight 682. 777-300 8 hours and 33 minutes on the way. The PHBVF, 13 years old. Let's look and listen. Foster Darshane says, what is that pink plant? Pink plant. You mean this? I have no idea. I know nothing about plants, so I have no idea. We have different colors of flowers over here. We also have something yellow, something white. Jindrusek is using
PlantNet.
the Shazam for plants. Plant Shazam. Ron Stream says pink kush. Well, I wouldn't try smoking it if I were you, or make a space cake out of it. Not sure if that would be, if it makes a good edible. My guess is probably not.
Zigzag clover.
Who? Zigzag clover?
Zigzag clover.
Zigzag clover. So there you have it.
Trifolium medium L.
Sorry?
Trifolium medium L.
Trifolium medium L. Medium large. I'll drink to that.
Zigzag clover. Alright.
Zigzag clover. Well. What's the Dutch word for it?
I didn't see.
There's no word for it in Dutch. It's just known as zigzag clover.
Yeah, there's one common word,
Onkruid,
onkruid.
yeah. Weed. More weed. We already have fields of it, of it. Right. In the meantime, another seldomly seen Embraer 190 over here. This one arriving from Newcastle. Now we know where Newcastle is approximately, but where is Oldcastle? Never was able to locate that on the map. White Castle, don't know. Yeah, which is next to Castle Black. Ohayou gozaimasu! 2 Japanese characters, good morning. Two more Embraer 190s coming in. One from Cardiff, one from Aberdeen. And Oldcastle is near Oldham, Paul says. So, is that in Yorkshire then? Oldcastle, right. So, we know. Michael says, I love your sarcastic humor. I'm the same. Hard to bring sarcasm across in the chat, text, email, etc. Absolutely. So there's only one solution, Michael. You have to come over, do a co-hosting session here. I always have a spare mic. Also goes for Sarah if you're ever in the vicinity. I have the mic ready. Now after the Embraer 190s, we are going to see a Dreamliner arriving from LAX, 7879. So we just sent a 787-10 on our way, and we're getting a 7879 in return. So we're basically de facto deporting people to LA then. Okay. Well, the clouds are still friendly here, cumulus clouds. It did look like towering cumulus clouds in the background earlier, but now it doesn't look like it anymore. Everything looks like regular cumulus clouds. It is nice that there is a little bit of cloudy backdrop to the north now that makes it a little bit easier to see the airplanes. So we have another Embraer 190 in the foreground, and then we have the 7879 arriving from LAX behind it as number 2 right now. German Airways. Embraer 190. Harry in the foreground. Harry isn't impressed. Yeah, but the Luftwaffe is arriving from Aberdeen. That's interesting. And nobody's home. Nobody's home. It does look like that foil was moving a little bit. It's almost as if they have a... Well, it's probably just the aircon that is providing some airflow.
I think they have some pull down shades.
Yeah, but it looked like it was like wind was blowing. I'm pretty sure that they didn't have the window on a small. So, it must have been the fans from the aircon.
I think that's a one-off only. If you open the window during the flight.
Well, with these speeds, when they are already on the ground, it's probably not that bad, but
no, okay.
it will get a bit noisy, I imagine.
Oh yes.
Indeed, Lisa, they're hiding. Wind? What the fudge? So where's the shower then? The thunderstorm shower? That's usually... Usually when it is calm and the wind suddenly starts blowing quite rapidly, that means that there's a shower in the vicinity that is coming your way. It's usually... Ah, okay, Oldcastle is in Ireland. Well, duly noted. Is that... No, that's a coot. So we have a coot, Mama Duck, Harry. Harry doing a flyby, gear down, bam. Hey. What you looking at?
Back to focus.
Oh, what's it got there? Was that Kermit? Is that Kermit? No, it's... Is that a rat?
Like a worm?
He swallowed it whole, that's for sure. Yep. Also hearing an airplane that just passed by overhead, and I think I also see the contrail, which is going to appear again in a moment. Now behind this cloud. Or has it also stopped producing a contrail? Well, either way, let's go back to the Maleth Arrow. Yeah, we have an A330 coming in. Suriname. Flight 994. Arriving from Paramaribo. Maleth Air. Or Arrow. Arrow. Aleph or Malef? Yep, I think you just witnessed a murder. Better call the police, indeed. Well, there is another contrail over there. That's already quite far away. Nice looking cloud over here. On my screen it looks really blue. It does look a bit... What does it look like? If I know... Huh, it's just that my camera screen is a little bit bluish, I think. My camera screen, this camera screen makes everything look way bluer than I think it is.
Can you also calibrate that screen?
I think only the brightness and the backlight.
Okay.
No color. No, it's just the brightness and the backlight, the LCD backlight. Well, it's already on full brightness, and if I increase the brightness, it will only get wider. It's like introducing haziness. Yeah. So that's no good for the color. You would need to be able to do the color temperature of just the screen.
Yeah.
Right, so on this camera I was using auto white balance. I could also set it manually. This is 5600 Kelvin. This is lower, it will only get it more blue. That's too much. If we go higher, this is now 7000 or so, 6900. That's probably too warm. This is back to 5600. I find it a bit difficult to assess what is the proper white balance. This is getting cooler. This is 4300. That is, but it looks like this is too blue. This is 5260, the setting I had on my my other camera. Reasonable ballparkish, or is it? Reasonably ballparkish. Right. Michael, please refrain from sharing sport results in the chat. Some people might want to see the sport that you are giving results from and wouldn't like any teasers. Yeah, this still looks a bit bluish to me. This is back to auto. If I recall correctly, auto worked reasonably well on the XA40. Let's just keep it at manual. This is back to manual. Yeah, it differs from camera to camera. I found that the XA60, which is now in for repair, was a little warm, on the warm side when on auto. And it also fluctuated a lot during cloudy conditions. Found that setting it manually to 5260 was working really well. This is the XA40 again, my old camera. And I don't remember consciously noticing having any white balance issues with it, and I always used to film with it on auto, so I'm just going to let it be on auto then. And Gerrit asks, did you have much trouble fixing your equipment yesterday? Well, it's not fixed yet. I thought it was the power supply cable or the charging brick. Back home I connected my MacBook charger, which is the same, has the same specs more or less, and it seemed to be working right away to charge it. So I thought, okay, so I need a new charging brick and cable. So I went to a cable store initially with the idea that I needed just a new cable and a new charging brick or charger, whatever. And so we tested it with a new charger in the store, fresh out of the seal, the package, so unused, had to work, and got the same problem like I had with the Canon charger. So that was indicative of the problem not being in the charger or in the charger cable or anything, but in the camera itself. Now they also had equipment that you could test measure the electricity with. And the camera should, when you measure it, it should be 9 volts and 3 amps. And it was 9 volts but only 0.6 amps with both the Canon charger and with the new one, the general one that we had in the store. And when you put your cell phone on the charger, in both cases it would give 9 volts and 3 amps. Now then it still could be the battery perhaps, so we also took out the battery and the measurements were the same with or without the battery in the camera, so pretty indicative of the problem lying in the camera itself. Now whether it is the USB port or something in the internals, I don't know, but after that I had to go to Amsterdam, to the camera store that I bought it from, to return it. So they're now sending it to Canon for repair. At least one of the repair centers. And in the store I was told that if it is indeed a port issue, that there is a chance that it might be out of the scope of the warranty, because ports, quote unquote, are often out of the scope of warranty for a lot of manufacturers. And Heron's not getting along there by the looks of it. There's a third one.
One of a female and
could be, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Another Wolkenstraat, as we say in Dutch, street of clouds, as you can see, forming a linear path of clouds that is forming in line with the prevailing wind.
looks like the stack of clouds that were there are just handing out packages of clouds now.
DHL cloud delivery.
Yeah.
Nice little wave from the first officer and a little wave back. First officer initiated the wave. I only wave back when being waved upon. And that was an Embraer 190 returning from Aalborg, getting some eel in Aalborg. Next up, KLM flight 758 arriving from Panama City. 787-10 Dreamliner, 9 hours and 25 minutes underway. The PHBKI, 3 years old, first flight August 2020. QJ asks what time Suparna is expected. 12:10, so in 15 minutes from now. No, let's see. Suparna should be in the vicinity already. Yeah. Approaching Lelystad from the northeast. And we have some nice we have a nice warm-up set that is coming. To begin with, Delta Airlines arriving from Boston. Boston represent A330-300 flight 242. We have a Transavia arriving from Kefalonia. Yeah, that is the number 2. And the number 3 is turning in from the right, from the left, and that is a Corendon A350. Alan says you're very unlucky with your kit, mate. Stop spilling moonshine on it. Sorry, mate. I just get enthusiastic. You know how it is. It happens before you notice.
It's also you use the stuff outside, so.
Now also a big thank you to you all for 300 likes. 300 likes, and that spurred JD just now to gift 5 memberships. JD, thank you so much for that. You know you shouldn't have. Welcome to the Aurora Skylines new members. Be sure to say Dankeschön or thank you. Oh. Floaty. Time to hit the brakes. Get loud. Oh man. Captain Showboat does a floaty landing, does a little wheelie. Bit late, mate. Peaking too late.
Yeah, but now the people at the park.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Cannot always be for us.
Yeah, true. Sharing is caring. Captain Show Float, indeed. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, was it? Cloudiness in the sky. Friendly clouds, not spawning any middle fingers flipping us off yet, so let's just continue looking for them. Look for signals.
Bit of a flight smell.
I think that the wrath of God is striking more people than just us here. My neighbors, the ones that tried to go on holiday but couldn't because of the IT problem. Their youngest daughter fell off the wreck, the play, something in the play, the playing field, and she fell and she broke three of her foot bones. So she's now in a cast. Getting a wheelchair for her today. She's not allowed to walk on it for a couple of weeks, and then she will get a cast that you are allowed to walk on. And by the time that the cast will be off, the summer holiday is over and they have to go back to school. So they were still looking to see if they could book another last minute somewhere, but it's all off the charts now. Off the books. A350 time. Corendon, World to Fly, A350 arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao. 8 hours 47 minutes on the way. The EC-NTB, 2 years old, first flight April 2022. We have 2 narrow bodies following the A350 and then a Chinese triple. Choina. 2 runways for departures, which means 1 for arrivals. Okie dokie. 2 narrow bodies first, and after that a Chinese triple arrival from Chongqing. Right. That's exactly what I meant to say. Choina Southern. But before that, TUI, operated by Global X, arriving from OHD, Ohrid. 2 hours 29 minutes on the way. Also a little bit floaty. Switching from vodka to whiskey. Getting out the brown stuff.
Suntory. Did you ever had Suntory, the Japanese whiskey?
No, can't say that I have. Is that good stuff?
Really nice. It's really soft. It's not sharp. It's not harsh. It's really soft, aromatic whiskey from Japan.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Japanese whiskey has a name, is renowned, or at least some brands are.
Yep.
That I know, but never tried it. Is there also Hibiki whiskey? That's also a renowned brand, isn't it? Pretty expensive.
So that makes it very important.
Yeah.
And patience.
Patience is always a requirement for making booze, regardless of what you make. Oh. Well, that was a little bit of reverser use there.
Almost. I think they got special permission from the board of directors to use it.
Yeah, either that or somebody is going to get laid off. That could also be the case.
It's my last day.
Rookie pilot.
yeah, or that.
That's the last time you'll ever fly in this country.
Yeah.
Right, time to get loud. It's time to get loud with Choina Southern Cargo. Arriving from Chongqing. 10 hours 27 minutes on the way. 777 freighter, 14 years old. First flight October 2009. Let's look and listen. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. What's that?
Hen howl.
Say what?
Hen howl.
Can't hear you.
Hen howl.
Right.
Good in Chinese.
Okay. It sounded like the place the airplane was coming from. Chongqing? already. Let's see. Embraer 190 arriving from Dublin up first, and then the Red Wine Express arriving from Bordeaux, another Embraer 190. And what's this I'm seeing in the background? Number 3. That is a Chinese 747. Ah, the plane came from Ding Dong. Ding Dong. Yeah. Embraer 190 arriving from Dublin, Ireland. Next, please. And that's why the cloudy backdrop is so much nicer than entirely blue. Yep. With the clouds, you can see it a little bit better, a bit easier. Also gives some perspective. So we have the Red Wine Express in the foreground, Embraer 190 German Airways arriving from Bordeaux. And that's all well and good, but we are going to keep the focus of our attention on the 747 that is coming in, which is also coming in from Ding Dong in China, Nanjing.
Okay.
Nanjing, that's a bit easier to pronounce. Number 9 on flight radar, 296 people are following this airplane right now. It's a 747-400 freighter that departed 10 hours and 5 minutes ago from China and is 17 years old already. Still a minor, at least in the Netherlands. That still qualifies as being a minor. First flight was in July 2007. And also, good afternoon to Geo Edits, and a big thank you for your month of membership. Thank you so much for your support, mate. Hope you like it in the lounge. Now be sure to use the custom emojis that you guys have at your disposal. We have a 747 custom emoji, a Let's Get Loud emoji, maybe even butt shot if we're lucky.
Yep.
Thomas says that this airplane is not far from ping pong, so we have Ding Dong, ping pong. Let's look and listen. Hopefully this one will get loud. Not too bad, not too bad. It was a bit late with engaging the reversers, wasn't it? Seems that they are all focusing their attention on the audience that is at the gate, at the fence.
I think they bribed the ATC.
Yeah, ATC is corrupt as hell here. They always do everything they can in their power to thwart our plans.
Stands for all types of cash.
All types of cash, yeah. The all types of cash tower, where the highest bidder rules supreme. Right, now, still in for arrival is the Emirates A380, which last time we checked was expected 1 minute past 1 o'clock. That's exactly the time slot where runway 27 will also reopen, expectedly. And even yesterday, if I hadn't had the issues with my camera, I would have been able to stream. Still, we wouldn't have seen the A380 land. It still went to the wrong runway. Yeah. Frank says, ATC, am too corrupt. You can never be too corrupt. That's a weird expression. You can never be too corrupt. Never enough cash. Okay, well, Vueling will be up next. A320 Neo arriving from Barcelona. And it has the We Love Places livery with all the drawings. Children's drawings.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one. Some clouds are growing a little bit. I'm not sure if this qualifies as a towering cumulus cloud just yet, but it might be. It is towering a little bit.
Yeah, only it has a gap in the middle.
A gap.
Yeah.
It's its poop hole.
Not that kind of gap.
I was.
Hole, not that kind of hole.
There's no way to. There's no way to say it right.
I cannot escape this shit.
No way to say it right. Vueling, We Love Places. A320 Neo. Arriving from Barcelona.
Welcome.
Welcome. I imagine in a few weeks from now that is what the cast of my little neighbor girl will also look like.
Yeah.
Full of drawings. And oh, departure over there, right? Where is it? That is absolutely a 747.
Last week, when the wind was east, there was a 74 departing from center.
Yeah.
And when it turned direction, I could just hear it sitting in my garden. I was like, this must be a 747.
Yeah. I also drove on the A4 highway back home, returning from Amsterdam, and the Silkway West was taking off from runway 24. Beautiful.
Nice, yeah.
Windows open.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I like it when I go to work and then
This is Delta Airlines, by the way. A330 Neo. I think the first A330 Neo of today's show, arriving from Seattle, Washington. Will it get loud? Let's hope it will. Whistling. 8 hours and 45 minutes it has flown to get here. Nice. Hey there, Harry. Hey there, RDB. That sounded properly good. Next up is a TUI Max 8, arriving from Party Island, Ibiza. TUI flight 1534. The PHTFU, 3 years old, first flight June 2021. The number 2 airplane that you see behind it is an E2 Embraer 195 arriving from Glasgow. And the third airplane to arrive is a Transavia arriving from Corfu. First up, TUI flight 1534, 737 MAX 8 arriving from Ibiza. 2 hours and 10 minutes it has flown to get here. Quiet as a mouse.
I think the fin they have is instead of the dome. There's a small chocolate fin on top.
Next time, warn me in advance. I didn't see it, didn't pay particular attention to it. So
I noticed yesterday when I was looking at my pictures, like, hey, the TUI they have this shark fin on top.
it could be. I don't know, or maybe they just opt to go without Wi-Fi, which wouldn't be too bad for a lot of modern people.
Yeah.
Do a little less internet in your life. Now, Roadhog getting angry for celebrating 10 months of membership. I want a green flag behind my name. God damn it. Patience is a virtue, my friend. Thank you so much for your continued support. 10 months of membership.
It will come when you stop wanting it.
Yeah, the opposite of the secret.
Yep.
You shouldn't want it, and then it comes to you.
Yep.
Like a cat.
Exactly. Once you start to avoid it, it will happen.
Avoid it. So cancel your membership, and then you'll get the green. Thank you so much for your continued support, Roadhog. Just 2 more months. Hang in there, mate. You'll get there. E2. And now time for an airplane arriving from Corfu. Corfu. Core FU. You hear that, Core? FU. MS Live vodka, simply the best. So much better than that whiskey of yours.
Maybe you should have a darknet side. The vodka fans.
Yeah. I'm not sure that my old fart crowd is tech savvy enough to find their way onto the dark web, where the OnlyFans and all the special products in the special merch store can be purchased. Yeah.
So then you're already halfway there. Just need to know the address.
Just need to know the address. Now, Paul, thank you for your continued support, mate. 15 months of membership, and Paul says, can I have some vodka, please? I have it ready here for you. You have to come over. No way of getting around it, mate. Jump on your motorcycle, go to the nearest port, hop over the North Sea. I've got it ready for you. With a bit of mint, because that's the way you like it, right? Paul already thought along and made some interesting ad pictures with AI, and it showed different kinds of bottles, but also with ice cubes and for some reason mint leaves.
Okay.
Because yeah, everybody knows that you drink vodka with mint, right?
No. Gin tonic, I can imagine, but
Yeah, ginto, you can put herbs in, vegetables, fruit, veggies.
yeah.
All under the moniker of being healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm healthy, darling. I have my ginto with herbs, spices, fruit, vegetables, little celery for the fibers. Sugar-free, yeah. Just has alcohol.
Vegan also.
It's also vegan, yeah. And you can push that shit to everybody who is woke. Yeah, Michael says, what's a dark web, quote unquote?
Close the curtains.
Close the curtains. Close the curtains and you have a dark web. It's simple as that. You are making things unnecessarily complicated, Michael. Just close the curtains. That's it.
Yep.
Why do you have to go and make things so complicated? EasyJet arriving from Milan in the Neo livery. Wouldn't that be something if it came in the Neo livery but it was a regular A320? Gotcha! Psych! Is that what you call it? A cookie? A cookie on the side. The O, you mean? You think? An Oreo? Really? I am not drunk enough to see that in it. The Oreo cookie with some. Maybe I'm not eating enough Oreo cookies. That's probably it. I'm too healthy vegan. Just drink gin tonics with fruits and veggies and herbs and spices.
Right?
Yeah, after yoga class, of course. Bikram yoga, because I have to get used to the heat of being out here.
Oh yeah. I only want to sit in a yoga room with at least 40 degrees and naked girls, of course.
Naked girls have 40 degrees.
Better for my muscle relaxation.
Better for your muscle relaxation. Yeah. Okay, Oreo engine. Another name to the AMS Live universe.
Yes, finally.
Let's see, this is a number 190. Get out your camera, Gentersek. You don't see these airplanes very often.
It's very rare.
Very rare. Arriving from Stuttgart.
Witnessing this natural environment. Crossing the Serengeti.
Little wheelie. No full-blown captain wheelie. Also no reversers by the looks of it. No, nothing.
First and less screaming. It's compliant, I guess.
Yeah, it suffices. It's adequate.
Yeah.
It's adequate.
Even at work, it doesn't matter if the computer breaks, being compliant is more important.
Being compliant is the most important thing these days.
Yep. It's against my nature, but it's how it works.
It's so important to be compliant. And it's also impossible to fill in a complaint about the compliant not being compliant. It's can't complain.
No, then you have to be almost a clocklighter somehow.
Yeah. Then you just get removed off the playing field.
yeah, exactly. You get sidetracked. That's usually what happens.
Hey, but there's an A330 coming. It's Delta. It might get loud. It's arriving from Detroit. Delta Airlines Flight 136 is what we are looking at. 7 hours and 5 minutes on the way. We have another airplane left of it, behind it, which also looks like it is relatively big, and it is relatively big. 777-300 arriving from Lima. Oh, suits you, sir. Oh.
No.
What now?
I have to get used. This auto zoom works a little bit different than from my other lens.
Ah, okay.
It's actually fades a little bit quicker.
Okay.
And I used to do everything manually, but then I noticed that I was missing the
You were
picture
too slow.
because my eyes are not keeping up with that.
So autofocus it has become again.
Yeah, old farts focus.
Old fart focus. Old with an A. Eldvaart focus. Interestingly, for me with the camera, I do everything on manual focus. Have the focus set to infinity and leave it at that. For the planes, that is adequate. Only if I want to film the birds.
Not wearing my glasses when I take pictures.
I'm hearing excuses.
No.
I'm hearing excuses.
And I also have my I can set my viewer
Oh,
a certain level.
Yeah, the dioptry. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can correct for your glasses.
That helped for a little while, but now I just have to either autofocus or use my glasses.
Next up, KLM B744, arrival from Lima with lima beans in Peru. KLM B744, 777-300 the PHBVI, 12-year-old airplane, first flight June 2012.
Mama, 777 Grootje.
Looks like Aer Lingus will be the next airplane after this one. Arriving from Dublin. Standard livery, no rugby livery. The models were so big I was still too late to zoom out to get it fully in the frame as it was passing by in front of us. Milkiness in the sky to the south. It is coming this way, slowly but surely. Border between the blue sky and the milky sky is creeping in on us. Does mean that more contrails are visible. We have something flying east of us. Seems to be flying to the northwest. Or west and just a little bit to the north. Hard to see what it is. And now it is way better to see. Blue and stripes. So that is Condor. Just use a little bit of digital zoom and all of a sudden you do see what it is. Blue mosquito. With some pesky clouds that are in between. Yeah, we're going to lose it for a while. I think it is right in that piece that extends to the left. Electric scooter. Yeah. I've written it off. Next. Next up, Shamrock, flight 604. Arriving from Dublin, Ireland. 1 hour and 2 minutes underway. The EIDVN, 13 years old, first flight May 2011. Transavia 737 arriving from Zakynthos behind it. The KLM 737 arriving from Milan behind it. Now it is 12:30, which means that in half an hour the A380 will land somewhere on Schiphol. Question is, where will it be? The most likely answer is runway 27. But you never know. You never know. It will appear in Dutch airspace pretty soon, and then we can see with relative certainty. Have a look on omgevingsinfo. Next, another trash kind of airplane, the TRA 3H instead of 8H. The 8H is arriving from Barcelona. And the 3H is arriving from Zakynthos, flight number 6084. 2 hours 54 minutes underway. The PHHZO, which is 17 years old and had its first flight in April 2007. Maya says A380 ETA 105. That's not good. That means that it is going to go to runway 27, almost certainly. Well, we are able to see it over here, but not very good, as you guys know by now.
Unless they change the schedule, but...
They're not going to. They're not going to. Hi. Jij bent Jelber. Hey man. Goeiedag. Denk dat de A380 waarschijnlijk naar de andere baan gaat. Die komt om 1:05 aan. Dus dan is waarschijnlijk de buitenveldenbaan open. Maar ja, je weet maar nooit hè, je weet maar nooit. I'm also hearing... Is dat de A350? Finnair? Finnair going back to Finland. There it is. Ben je er al lang, Jelmer? 10 minuten? Waar kom je vandaan? Friesland. Ik dacht het al aan je shirt te zien. Frisian flag shirt, sort of. Welcome, onbegrensd Friesland, unlimited Friesland. That's one of the northern provinces of the Netherlands. So you came quite far to get here. For a particular airplane, the A380 or anything? Just to have a day at Schiphol. Well, you brought good weather along with you. Right, so we have an E2 Embraer that is going to land first, and after that we have another big bird coming in, a 777-300 over there. First up is the E2 Embraer arriving from Bergen. And then indeed Janak says KLM 777 incoming. Hey there Bernd, guten Tag. Herzlich willkommen. Sometimes hear random noises in the reeds. I'm thinking, is that Somebody's sneaking up on me, but it isn't. E2 Embraer arriving from Bergen. Mountains in Dutch. Well sounds. Je hebt zeker nu vakantie.
Ja.
Zeker vorige week of zo begonnen?
Ja.
Noorden van het land?
Ik ben nu bezig aan mijn derde week.
Oh, derde week al. Nice. Nog vakantieplannen om weg te gaan?
Ja, 15 augustus.
15 augustus naar buitenland?
Ja,
Waar naartoe? Kos, Griekenland. Met Transavia zeker? Of met TUI? Kijk eens aan.
Ga je vanaf Schiphol?
Nice.
Welke dag ga je?
Dat is een donderdag.
Wie weet?
Weet je ook toevallig hoe vroeg je vlucht gaat? 5 uur in de morgen. Oh, oké, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to be around for Jelmer's departure. Ja. The first flights after the night stop, more or less. If you can call it that. Hey, kom je dan ook weer op een donderdag terug, Jelmer? 10 dagen, dus kom je op een zaterdag of op een zondag weer terug. Hoe laat zijn die vluchten terug? 12 uur. Vertrektijd of aankomsttijd hier? Als je het weet, moet je het even een keertje in de chat zetten als ik er ben. Dan moet je even kijken of je dan, want als je landt en je komt, je moet het geluk hebben. Maar als je hier landt, dan moet je zorgen dat je aan de rechterkant zit bij het raam. Dan kun je met je zaklamp van je telefoon een lichtje branden. Dat zien wij vanaf hier.
Rond 10 uur, 12 uur zoiets.
Dat zou kunnen.
2 uur vliegen, 1,5 uur turnaround, dan 2 uur terugvliegen.
Ja.
5,5 uur zoiets. Gaat allemaal iets langer.
We're just doing quick math to calculate whether or not there's a chance that we might see Jelmer's arriving flight when he comes back. Now 2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1, that's 3, quick math.
In Delta Airlines.
Okay, next up, Lot Embraer 175, flight 263, arriving from Warsaw. Warsaw. I've seen Warsaw. Warsaw. Hey. That is Fidel Kestrel. Sitting right next to us. Holy fuck.
Chilling the shit out of it.
Yeah. Sneaking up on us quietly. He is giving us a butt shot though. He's not too happy with us. Oh, and my screen is dimming. No. My phone screen is dimming. I haven't moved around too much. Then the screen becomes dim. Phone screen getting too warm. Well, there is no more wind. We did have wind in the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah. What happened to the wind?
Yeah, it died down.
Chimneys are going straight up.
Frank says bird wears a ring. Has a tag on the leg. Okay. Now Jendrosek is careful, otherwise he'll fly away.
Yep, he's right.
Yeah. Oh, now we have a profile shot.
Of course he turns around.
What a lovely specimen of a bird. Een geringe slechtvalk. Hank says. Absolutely wonderful.
So it's a bad bird.
Right, so right 10 meters or so away from us. Let me go back to the right focus. There we go. Okay, next up, Delta Airlines flight 164, arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. A330-300, 7 hours and 29 minutes underway. 8-year-old airplane, first flight May 2016. Oh. More people are taking photos of the bird. Well, it's apparently not afraid and just keeps chilling. Even though people are getting so close next to it. Now the man has done it. He chased the bird away. Fidel was sick and tired. Oh yeah, wheelie time. Nice. Okay, no reversers, but that is the longest wheelie of the show. We have a winner. The wheelie winner of the day so far. Now, hopefully my screen will go back to full brightness again soon. A little bit of reversers. Late application of the reversers there. Laadbloeier, yeah. Late flowerer. Let me put off the phone. Let me turn down the phone screen for a moment, and also keep the camera away from the sun, because what happened was that the sun, with the camera standing still, the sun was shining on the camera screen from behind. Now we're facing the sun, so now it's just the back part of the phone that is exposed, but the majority of it is covered by the phone cover. So I'm thinking it should, if it is going to cool down, this is the position it is going to cool down in, barring putting it in a shadowy place. We have a narrow body behind us, going this way, for which I will turn around the camera in time.
Ik ga weer terug naar de auto.
Hey, is goed man, leuk je even gezien te hebben. Volgende keer als je in de buurt komt, kom vooral even gedag zeggen.
Ja, is goed.
Mocht ik je niet meer spreken, fijne vakantie ook alvast.
Ja, bedankt.
Hey, groetjes! Right, well, let's turn back on everything. Turn around. No, there. Oh. Not sure what that was. I felt something. I think it might have been a tick. Right in my elbow crease of my left arm, so well, sadly I'm currently working with a screen that is not very bright, very dim in fact. Makes it a bit hard to see the chat right now. I do have less trouble seeing flight radar right now, and can see that we have a 737-900 arriving from Copenhagen that is coming this way. Has anybody double checked on bezoek or omgevingsinfo what the A380 is going to do? I think I already know the answer, but it's good to have confirmation of it. This is KLM flight 1270. Luckily, wind. Yeah, Buitenveldert. Okay, confirmed.
Too bad.
Confirmed to confirm. It's confirmed that it is assigned to runway 27. As expected.
Yeah.
Doesn't come as a surprise, but
Disappointment confirmed.
disappointment confirmed. Absolutely. Right, 737-900 having returned from Copenhagen. Next up will be the tap dancers of TAP Air Portugal. TAP Air Portugal A319 arriving from Lisbon, 2 hours and 23 minutes on the way. The airplane is 24 years old. First flight was in October 1999. And after that, a 737-800 arriving from Madrid. And then a KLM 777-200 that is arriving from Las Vegas. 777 is turning in. We might see it approach somewhere in the background from the left. And if not, then at least we soon will see it. TAP Air Portugal A319 arriving from Lisbon, 2 hours and 23 minutes on the way. Wind all of a sudden.
Tornado.
Hey, and my screen becomes bright again. Air cooling.
Wind activated.
Wind activated, yeah. All of a sudden, boom, I've got... And it even blew away, it blew open my cover of my power station, which is basically my tripod bag, which I always keep over the power station so that it is protected from direct infalling sunlight. It was enough to also rekindle the brightness of my screen.
Weird.
It was exactly what it needed. I thought I heard something. It was your bottle that I was.
Vodka bottle.
Your vodka bottle.
I'm already on number 2, so
Yeah.
it's time to lose the oversight and control a bit of maybe fish.
Careful that you don't go swim over here in the water. There's piranhas in it.
Mosquito pond.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's no wind, the bugs, if there, it's either one or the other. Either you have wind or you have bugs.
Yep, true. That's why I don't like the second part of the summer, because it's usually bugs and I like spring. And
Well,
fall.
I don't like the spring that we've had so far. It was
No,
just
no.
one long
It's
autumn.
It's more in general.
Let's see. 777-200 arriving from Las Vegas up next. Air Transat is also coming in. We also have a 777 freighter from Emirates, Sky Cargo, arriving from Aguadilla. Let's see where the A380 is at right now. In the Netherlands, just a little southeast of Zwolle, on its way to Kampen and then via Lelystad and Almere. It all happens in Almere. No, it can happen in Almere.
Almere has it.
Almere has it? Is that their logo? It was something really lame.
Yeah.
It has it, or it is
It's
possible.
and it kan in Almere.
Yeah.
That's
Amsterdam has it. Lisa asks, what does it have? Amsterdam, what does it have? Yeah, that's a good question.
Nowadays, tourism.
Tourism, absolutely. Hadi Anja, and thank you for your kind words while celebrating 9 months of membership. Great stream, great host. Thank you so much for your kind words, Anja. Happy to see you in the stream again. Hope it was well, and thank you so much for your continued support. Let me know if something isn't to your liking in the lounge. The upholstery of the seats should still be good. The AC, I checked, should also be working. Ah, yeah, of course. Frank says Amsterdam hash it.
Hash it. Yeah.
Hash it. It's sure hash.
Well, it lost a lot since they have the current mayor.
Ah, yeah, win some, lose some.
Yeah.
That's life.
The cirrus clouding is.
The milkiness is coming.
closing.
Yeah, the milkiness is closing in, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of wind was all that was required for my phone screen to brighten up again.
You need a fan here.
I need a fan.
You need-
I thought you were my fan.
I'm a fan, but I'm not.
You need to blow harder.
I was trying to how do you say it? Introduce another link to the OnlyFans page.
Oh, yeah. I need OnlyFans is all I need.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you haven't checked it out yet, have a look in the community section. There is a link with a 10% discount. The link still applies. Amos Live, OnlyFans.
Only after 2 months of OnlyFans membership, you get the link to the vodka portal.
Oh, the vodka portal is after only 2 months of membership. Right, I didn't know that. Is that a new rule?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hidden.
there you go. Air Transat. The A380 is now over the province of Flevoland, still east of Lelystad, so still 15 minutes out at least. Its ETA was 5 minutes past the hour, 10 minutes.
It's a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to. There's a lot of traffic ahead of it.
Het kan ook zijn dat deze hele dag woorden. Niet praten over mijn school.
Meanwhile, over here, Vueling. Spot the dot. Is it still on the tail? Seems to be the case. Right. We have another batch of Frankfurters coming in. Frankfurt.
Mustard,
Mustard.
curry, onions.
KLM flight 1818 or something? Yeah, 1818.
818.
That's a grim message, Paul. The yellow dot leads to a lonely life. That's a bit dark. Shady Hopper. Shady Hopper, take an order, please. Welcome to Shady Hopper, take an order, please. Shtipata. Right, time for another heavy hitter to come in, arriving from Aguadilla. This is Emirates Sky Cargo, 777 freighter, 7 hours and 43 minutes on the way, the A6 EFO. 9 years old, first flight October 2014. There's an A320 Neo somewhere behind it, glistening in the top left third of your screen. EasyJet arriving from Dubrovnik. Oh, you mean that the dot lives a lonely life? Ah, misread. Yeah, it's all on its own. So lonely. I'm using the other camera, Anja. Now the XA60 is in for repair. I think it has an electrical problem. Went to the long story short, did extensive testing, also measuring the electricity that goes through the charging cable and whatnot. Also with fresh out of the box new equipment. And it looks like the charger isn't the problem. It looks like the camera itself is the source of the problem. So after first going to Leiden for the cables, I then had to go to the store where I bought the camera from in Amsterdam to bring it away. So yeah, and on top of that, the guy in the camera store warned me that if it turns out to be a port problem, it might be out of the scope of the warranty, because quote unquote, the ports are often in small letters exempt from the coverage of warranties of a lot of manufacturers. He didn't know for sure if that also applied to Canon or not, but he warned me for it. Well, regardless, it needs to be fixed, otherwise I can only well, it was unreliable. That's the problem. When I put it in the, when I connected it to DC, or at least to AC, it would say, it would recognize the adapter, but then all of a sudden, spontaneously, it would go back to battery power, and then it would go back to the adapter, and then it would go back again to battery power. So it fluctuated, it was random. Quite annoying. So I'm not sure if I would recommend Canon XA40 or 60 cameras to you guys based on my experiences so far, because remember, I had to buy the XA60 because the XA40 was defective and had to be brought in the beginning of the year after just over a year of use. Ridiculous. 737-800 arriving from Rome. Here's our gelato. Bellissimo. No Wi-Fi on this airplane by the looks of it. Yeah, sucks indeed, Anja. Wasn't very happy with it. Chinese 747 going to Shanghai. Air Choina Cargo, flight 1024, 29 years old. First flight February 1995. Going to China. Bugs keep bugging.
Yeah, there's no wind.
There's no wind, no more wind. Still have a bright camera screen though, for the time being. Wonder how long it's going to take.
Maybe we can fix it with a cooling.
Frank says, what do ATC and vacuum cleaner have in common? They both suck.
It's not even the ATC's fault. It's just
No, everything is ATC's fault. The lack of wind, runway assignments, everything. It's all them.
also fortune.
It's all them, yeah. Icelandair flight 500 up next. 767-300 flight 500. 2 hours and 33 minutes on the way.
The big guy is over there.
Big guy is over there, yeah. Well, at least now I can see it. Difficult.
Agony of choice.
Let me reposition along the camera so that I can do a quick pan if needed. Don't get
It's
nauseous.
still good. You can have a
Yeah, you can probably transition naturally. Natural transition. Let's do that. That will work a treat. Emirates A380, flight 147 on its way to runway 27. Number 2 on flight radar, 840 people tracking it. The A380-800, 6 hours and 29 minutes on the way, par for the course. 11-year-old airplane, first flight June 2013. The last dying moments. And it's almost gone. Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. It has landed. It is back. Back again.
Oh, wrap
Slim,
up the door.
Slim Shady is also back. Have you seen
Yeah.
the clip? Awesome. With grey Snoop Dogg and grey Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
Guess who's back? Back again. Right, so what else is in the pipeline? Narrow bodies, 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 narrow bodies. Anything wide bodied coming in soon? No. Emperor 1 A330 over Norwich Delta. Let's see. Yeah. Just the baby boosts. The Forgotten. Lisa says I also want a narrow body.
Yeah, I would like narrow bodies in front of me.
Yeah, we all love narrow bodies. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Lisa, you have to come over here again because it was you who was the lucky charm that made the A380 land here. That also goes for JD. So either of you or both maybe have to come over again because now it's all gone to shit. Down the crapper. Now it's time to call it a day. Think we're going to see narrow bodies only over here. Narrow body dance. Yeah, no, we're wrapping up. Hopefully come back again tomorrow for another round of Schiphol Airport. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Also a big thank you to Jen Josek, who already was here as I was setting up. Always a blast to have you here. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the Olympics if you guys are going to watch. I hope there's something interesting going on. Is there rugby?
Snoop Dogg is doing the opening.
I saw Snoop Dogg, Lady Gaga. It's all.
That's the only thing I want to see. Breakdancing.
Breakdancing. Oh, breakdancing.
Skateboarding, of course.
Skateboarding. So it's time to watch the Olympics later in the weekend. I think there was also Formula 1. Probably always Formula 1. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for joining me here. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have. Hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully tomorrow. I think the weather is going to be good for the upcoming days, so should be good. For now I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you soon.